thought about giving a different intro, like me working out in the garage, but I'm too tired for that. My chest still hurts. Well, it doesn't really hurt, but I should probably give it a rest because I've been going at it fairly hard, and I think my body just needs, today to rest, maybe tomorrow. Um, I know tomorrow I have a art friend who's coming to pick me up, and we're going to go to a coffee shop that I actually like, and I would normally buy beans from there, but I already have the same type of beans they sell. I managed to actually get it from a different coffee shop. So, granted, it's not the same beans they have, but I'm also debating if I just should buy the beans they have anyway. Um, there was a comment that I saw in the previous one of the previous videos, one that I made last night, about just kind of starting over, ghosting, quitting my job and everything. Yeah, I could pull all the money out of my 401k, I could sell everything I have, but there are still some things going for me, and I just don't think I can risk that. But when I do get a car, I'm definitely going to be traveling more. I'm definitely going to be using my free time to explore the city more. Probably get out of the city as well, during my extended bits of time off. Like I said, the goal is to get full-time hours for this tutoring place because it would actually pay me close to a living wage. And yeah, I'm hoping most of my hours there will be tutoring, but we'll see. Still trying to figure out how I would teach or instruct, not only SAT math classes, which, yeah, it's kind of weird how it sounds, because how do you really, you're just teaching how to problem solve. You're just teaching how to solve a problem that's on a test, and in particular a garbage test, if you ask me. SAT doesn't prove shit about you. It doesn't prove if you're ready for college. It is just literally a way for, these college boards to siphon money off of you, to gatekeep you from actually attending college. Which honestly shouldn't even be the case, because there is a literal brain drain in our society. You think gatekeeping people from going to a system of higher education is a good idea? No. And even then, we're starting to see the same things that are happening in high schools now actually starting to happen at the college level. Like, holy shit, it's getting bad. But, I don't think I'm going to go back for the PhD for the person who was commenting. I don't see a reason to do so. I can always teach myself, and if I really want to make some sort of scientific discovery, I can just collaborate with people who are in different programs currently. Maybe I can audit classes, which would only cost me like 20 bucks, just to sit in, take some notes, get the homework sessions, and get the fuck out. That's literally all it would cost me. Hell, I should have done that for my bachelor's degree, but, fell for it. They got me. I kind of already knew, but still, I thought, there's a chance. There's a chance that my career will be solidified if I get that bachelor's. They got me. But anyway. And I don't have the new tripod yet, because once I do that, I might just do a live stream of me drawing, or maybe even just post a few drawing videos until I get a large enough audience, larger number of subscribers to where a live stream would actually benefit more people. I'm not saying 222 subscribers is a small thing. I'm just saying, in terms of probability, if there were 1,000 subscribers plus, if I do a live stream, there's at least going to be a chunk of people who will see that versus like maybe one or two. But again, maybe I'll just do the live streams anyway. It is a good idea. As for, the remainder of this video, I figure I would talk about how do I problem solve? How do I solve problems quickly? Because I used to be pretty good at tutoring. And in fact, when I was actually working for my community college, I was definitely a tutor that was sought out more often than others, which made me happy. It really did. There were times where it annoyed me, but most of the time it made me happy. The times that it annoyed me were the students who were very clingy and couldn't get shit done on their own. Literally, nothing could get done on their own. They wouldn't try. You have to be willing to fail in order to get somewhere. So no matter what, you have to try. It doesn't matter if you fail. I mean, that's part of the process. But the way I would always problem solve is I would look at a question and I would read through it and figure out, A, what equations are going to be used. Sometimes it's straightforward. Sometimes they explicitly state what equations to use. Other times they give you information that infers what equations to use. So that's what I look for. Word problems, I look for words that really mean something, In calculus, for instance, if you see a problem and you hear the word rate of change, whatever number came before that or after is a derivative. So you have already your derivative value. There you go. Usually I would only look at the first two steps of a problem, how to set it up, and I would know just, hey, you can get the answer from there. And I would just move on. And so that's how I would solve problems pretty quickly. I wouldn't know the answer immediately, but as a student would read the problem to me and like I would read faster. So sometimes I would drown them out, not to be rude, but so I can actually get an idea and get ahead of them so that way I can actually figure out what's going on. I would already know how to get to the answer before they finished reading the problem. So, look for keywords. Look for words that mean something, Look for words or look for numbers or words that give information about what equations to use to solve your problem. If certain assumptions need to be made, write them down or just keep a mental note of them. So that's typically how I problem solve. I make the appropriate set of assumptions, I read through the problem, I look for words or numbers that tell me what important equations to use, and I go from there. So, anyway, yeah, today I tried to, I got out, went to a couple different coffee shops in like the downtown area. So I spent a good chunk on Ubers, which, I need to reel in my spending now. I think we can like go a few months without playtime. I mean, maybe at least a month until my birthday, and then have a little bit of playtime, quote unquote, and then cut it off, save for a little bit until, maybe I decide what I want to do next. But I didn't have much motivation to draw today. I think it's just I'm getting a little burnt out, and maybe I just need to take a break. Because either way, tomorrow I'm going to draw with this friend of mine, so might as well just take the rest of the night to do something else. I'm debating about selling some Legos to get some more cash on hand for a car. Not that I don't need any more, I would just like to have more, because I would rather not see my bank account drained by such a drastic amount to the point where like now I feel like I have to really save back up. But from what I hear, a lot of the cash cars that I'm thinking of buying are actually pretty cheap. Because I just need a car that works and is reliable and at least won't break down on me within the first year or two. That'll give me enough time to actually become a little more savvy of how to do some basic fixes on a car. And if anything else, I just take it to a mechanic. And at least, know what is wrong with the car in case the mechanic tries to rip me off. So, anyway. Not much else occurred today other than me just spending a bunch on Ubers and coffee, and I also got a drink that had CBD and THC in it. Doesn't have much of an effect on me, so it was tasty, but fuck, it was expensive. With, I think, tip and everything, it was like, actually no, it wasn't with tip. I think just the drink by itself was like $15. And it was not a big drink. It was like maybe that big. And maybe that thick. So it was a small drink. But I learned my lesson not to get that drink again because $15, Jesus Christ. That's literally a cocktail. And even then, for a cocktail, that's pretty up there in terms of price. So, but anyway, I also think maybe for now I'll just make, another video or two tonight just to distract myself. So, for those of you watching, thank you. When the tripod gets here, I will try to set it up, not here, but maybe a dining room table to do drawing videos. I don't know if I'll really talk much during those videos. I mean, I feel like that would be kind of weird not to, but I really want to know what to talk about. Maybe I could just talk out loud about my thought process when it comes to drawing, so maybe people can get an idea of how I do things. A lot of people also seem to like the fact that my drawings may not be hyper realistic, because I'm watching videos on how to get there, and I kind of already know how to actually do hyperrealism. It's just I don't have all the tools that I really need. I do need to go and buy some different types of tools. Like, for one, the paper I'm using is not appropriate. I'm finding that out the hard way. It doesn't get the details that I need because the paper is not smooth enough because of the teeth in the paper. It's vellum, so it can be rough. So that's something I'm learning. But I also don't want the paper to be too smooth because then it's easy to make marks, and I don't want that to show up. So, but, a lot of people liken my style to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I loved those books as a kid. So, hopefully I can continue making some other creepy drawings that kind of resemble that. I just need to think of some different ideas. I'll probably make prints of the ideas I've already drawn out. Maybe I'll go back and do a more detailed version of those drawings, but I kind of like them how they are. They're not super detailed, but they're not super simplistic. They're like in between. So, anyway, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now. Bye for now.